What we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at your first two chords, the A minor and your E minor. Don't worry, we're going to take a close-up look at this in a second. And they might be your very first chords. Maybe you learned some one-fingered chords first. But here's your first three-fingered chords, or three-note chords. This is also called triads. So I'm going to bring the camera down. I'm going to take a closer look at this. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the E minor first. So what you're going to do is there's two ways we can play it, with these two fingers or these two fingers. We're going to work on a song using these chords. And let me play it for you first so you can hear what we're going to be playing in the end. There you go. So if you're just starting out, you might be like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to play that. It's not really as hard as you might think. So the biggest hurdle is going to be able to play these chords cleanly. Once you can play these chords cleanly, then the rest of it's not going to really be that bad. So here is your E minor chord. What you're going to do is you're going to take your, again, we're going to look at both versions. You're going to take your second finger, you're going to put it on the second fret on the A string. And don't want to put it right next to the fret wire. You got to put it a little bit more towards the middle because we got to squeeze this finger in there also. And this finger is going to be, the third finger is going to be in the second fret on your D string, E, A, D. Hopefully you know the names of your strings. So again, second finger on the A string in the second fret, put it sort of like in the middle so you can have room for this finger to come in. And then this one's going to be right here on the second fret also, but on the D string. And what you want to do is make sure you're not leaning these fingers over, because then you'll be muting out all the strings. You got to curve these fingers around. See how they're curved around? They're not laying flat. You got to curve them around. Think of it like you're clawing at the fretboard. So it's got to curve around because we don't want them to hit the strings below. And what you do here is you want to play all the strings. And then check yourself to see how you're doing. Pluck each string. It should sound like that. If you're beginning, it may sound like this. Well, that's not sounding right. These are okay, but what's going on here? What's happening is this finger is leaning over and touching that string below. The goal is to bring it back up like that. So what you do is, it's touching there. Start, bringing that thumb down, bringing your wrist, and you want to try and do more curling of your fingers than your wrist. You don't want to be having it like this and bring your wrist way over here. It's really uncomfortable. What you need to do is really focus on curving those fingers more so you don't have to bend your wrist as much. But either way, you keep playing around with that until it comes out clear. And then what you do next, I know this is going to be horrible, but you got to take your finger off, your hand off, and come back and try it again. And what's going to happen most likely is you're going to be leaning over again. You have to do it again. You have to keep repeating it. Now, one important part is try to remember everything you did here. Okay, so it's coming out clear. All right, good. Well, how I have my fingers, positioned, How are they curved over? You know, they're not leaning over, right? No, they're curved over. Try to remember every aspect of the way that you're forming this chord. So the next time you come up and go over here, maybe you lean it first, and oh yeah, I gotta make sure, bring my thumb down a little bit. I'm gonna curve my fingers a little bit more instead of bringing my wrist way over. I'm gonna try to curve those fingers, and then I might have to do a little bit of adjusting on my wrist. You keep doing that, and eventually it's gonna come out really nice. I'm not going to go into this a real lot, but you can actually play the E minor this way too with these two fingers. I'm not going to use this, but this is good when you're going to another chord D that we'll cover it another time. It's better that than doing this and this whole big movement of the fingers. This just works out really nice. So there's your E minor. And your A minor is actually not bad at all. You're going to take these two and bring them down by a string. You do that, then you take this first finger, and you're going to put it on string number 2 in the first fret. And here you don't want to strum all the strings. Make it sound boomy. You want to strum it from the A string down. And again, you might be leaning over. Oh, my B string and my high E is muffled out. So again, bring that thumb down. Try to curve those fingers first as much as you can so you don't have to bring your wrist way over. But yeah, curve those around till they... Okay, sounds good. And again, what you can do is then take it off, bring it back, see if you can remember what you did. And it still might be. Oh, my pointer finger is touching my E string, so I gotta curve it a little bit more. Okay, it sounds good. And it's going to take you a while probably to get these chords to sound really clean. You don't have to wait until you get both of these absolutely perfect before you try the song, but make sure you're working on this in the same time and trying to get these chords sounding good. And don't worry, it is a struggle. You know, it takes a while to get the open chords down, sound nice and clean and clear. So, having said that, let's take a look at the actual song. So what you're going to do here with your right hand is you're going to pick just the A string and the D string. And then what you're going to do is you're going to strum your A minor chord. I put the A string, D string, and I kind of come up and go back to A string and strum it. And then here's something different that I do, is I actually lift up my index finger. It sounds pretty nice, huh? Same chord, I'm just lifting up my index finger. And what that's called is an Asus chord. Here's A minor. Lift up my index finger, it's Asus chord. So what you do is again, the A and D strings, strum the A minor chord, go back up, strum the A sus chord, just by lifting up your finger. Practice that, a whole bunch of those. And there you go. Again, it might take you a little while to get it to that point where it sounds really nice, but it's okay. And another point on here is don't wail on those strings. You want... doesn't sound good. You want to let it just glide across the strings, and then instead of... it can sound okay, but try a nice slow glide over it. Hear how you can kind of hear those strings? So it's like, instead of just doing a quick strum, a little slower strum. Hear the difference? So yeah, so there's your A minor. Then we're going to bring this up to the E minor, and we're gonna hit this E string, open E string 2 times. Then we're gonna strum all the strings, and then back to the E string 1 more time. So it's 1, 2, E minor, E. So E, E, E minor, E. When I say E, I mean the open string E. E, E, E minor, E. Yep, you play that over and over again. Now, you gotta let these chords ring out. So basically what you're doing, you're going 3, 4, 3, 4. So you gotta count 3, 4 in between those. You don't want. That's not what we're playing. We gotta let it ring out a little bit. Same with this. 3, 4. And then once you get those separately, you can put them together. And you're going to do them 2 times each. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 4. And so forth. You can kind of recycle that, over and over again. So there is a cool little tune that you can mess around with to practice your A minor and your E minor. And a benefit is by lifting up your finger, you actually learn the 3rd chord, an A sus chord. And yeah, mess around with that. It's kind of a nice little tune to play around with while you're working on those chords. And be patient with yourself, because it may take you a little bit to get these chords sound nice and clear without the strings getting muted out. So do a little bit of work focusing on that, and then a little bit of trying to play the tune. Even if it's not perfect, it's a little muted out. Doesn't sound great, but it's okay. You want to kind of get used to getting the rhythm down, and and plus it's more fun when you're playing a tune. And little by little, you'll clean it up as you get better and better at the chords. Yep, just baby steps, and you want to do a little bit of both, a little bit of technique, and a little bit of just playing and enjoying yourself. All right, that's it. So any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.